It was a dark and stormy night. Not the best night for a location shoot. But what could go wrong? Little did our unfortunate characters realize what was in store for them.
I'm Craig Nolan, and they didn't give me a rundown this week, so I have no idea what's going to happen. I'll just start off with the news. Here we go, news. Arlington County Parks have earned national accreditation. Being accredited by the Commission for Accreditation of Park and Recreation Agencies is an extensive multi-year process that requires agencies to meet 151, count them, 151 standards expressing elements of effective and efficient park and recreation operations. No wonder Arlington Parks were recently ranked number 4 nationwide by the Trust for Public Lands. The agency just completed its strategic plan and is in the final month of developing the county's public spaces master plan. Look forward to more good things to come in Arlington Parks and Recreation. Who are you?
I'm Batman.
No, seriously, who are you?
I'm Batman, and I have my own report. Here in Arlington, there's a special place where African American history is being preserved. Since 1891, Arlington's Holloway Cemetery has been the burial site for dozens of African Americans, including a slave who fought in the Union Army. Arlington County's Historic Preservation Program is enriching that story and others in a new book. It is so important to understand where we came from, not only to learn from past mistakes, but also to learn from example, said Program Coordinator Cynthia Lucis Torres. The 59-page book also explains history of H.B. Woodlawn, formerly Stratford Junior High School, where in 1959, 4 African-American students walked through its doors for the first time, making it the first desecrated school in Virginia. They were learning who we were, and we were learning who they were, said Sandra Green, an Arlington resident. The book also tells the stories of people who shaped the community. Craig Seifeck's ancestors are in it, such as Maria Carter Seifeck, who believed to be the daughter of George Washington's grandson. That history means a lot to me because I am the shoulders of giants, said Seifeck. Like on the tombstones in Holloway Cemetery, history sometimes fades. Arlington County officials say that they were trying to make sure it doesn't fade.
Thank you, Batman. Well, how about this? Arlington's Historic Take to Affairs and Landmark Review Board has recommended designating a tiny Ballston graveyard as a local historic district, potentially disrupting a church's redevelopment plans. After hearing from the speakers, both for and against the designation, the board voted 8-2 to 2 Wednesday night for a local historic district designation of the Robert Ball Sr. Family Burial Ground. The county board will now decide whether to authorize an advertisement of public hearings before the Planning Commission and the county board. Following the hearings, the county board could vote on the historic district as early as this December. The graveyard is located next to Ballston's Central United Methodist Church, which has filed a site plan application to redevelop its property, located at 4201 Fairfax Drive, into an 8-story building with a house of worship, 132 apartments, 55 of which would be committed to affordable housing units, a daycare and preschool facility, and charitable facilities. The 150-year-old, 325-square-foot burial ground includes headstones for members of the Ball family, for which Ballston is named. Nobody knows for sure whether there are human remains buried in the graveyard or whether the remains were relocated elsewhere decades ago during any number of construction projects. The church and its members want the development to move forward. The graveyard was deeded to the church from the Ball family in the 1920s, said Kathy Seibert, who is a congregant and who is also the president and CEO of Arlington Street People's Assistance Network, ASPAN. It is not an active gravesite, and the entire site has been heavily excavated for construction by the church and the county since that time, so that virtually the entire site has been disturbed. Also, are we doing an easy being green?
Not
segment this week?
exactly.
Oh,
It's creepy being green. Poison Ivy here, and I'm going to let you in on an eco scheme I've been cooking up to save the blue agave plant and endangered bats before my arch enemy Batman shows up to spoil all my fun. First, let's stop and admire the blue agave plant. Agave tequilana, a real multitasker. In addition to giving humans tequila, margaritas, and agave nectar, it's a beautiful succulent valued in landscape design. Unlike most plants, the agave flowers only at the end of the plant's life. Many flowering plants have evolved alongside specific pollinators for only one purpose: reproduction. And the economically and ecologically valuable blue agave is mainly pollinated by the endangered Mexican long-nosed bat and lesser long-nosed bat. In the intricate web of life, agaves get pollinated, bats get energy-rich nectar to fuel their flights and feed their babies, and we get tequila. Olé! Everyone's happy. But wait, there's more to the blue agave bats and tequila story. Blue agave, native to Jalisco, Mexico, is the only species of agave that can be used to produce tequila, which is certified by the Mexican government. In the last 20 years, the tequila industry has grown substantially. The cultivation of blue agave for tequila involves actively preventing the plants from flowering. The harvest kills the plants completely. So the agaves don't get to flower, and if agave plants are regularly killed to make our booze, the bats that depend on the blue agave have lost their nectar and pollen source, their main food items. More, also, since the 1980s, agave production moved to an industrial scale, which switched to intensive cultivation of blue agave in monoculture plantations. This resulted in increased diseases and pests that hit the crop and caused wilt, rot, and death of agaves, plus soil erosion and soil, air, and water pollution as other crops were displaced. It's the old supply and demand story. Add some corporate greed, exploitation over agaves, and now you've got an environmental disaster. To stop all this, I, Poison Ivy, am going to replace all the world's current tequila supply with a tasteless, poisonous potion on Halloween night. And not even Batman can stop me, ha ha ha. Drink up, ladies and gents. Let's cheer on the blue agave and bats, and remember, it's creepy being green this Halloween. Batman, that was really kind of disturbing or distracting.
Sorry.
I kind of liked it.
I think that I shall never see a bit as strange as CBB. You mean Community Bulletin Board, right?
That's it.
Why are you here anyway?
Well, the Bat Cave's full of gizmos. I'm looking for more space.
Thank you, Batman. All right, on to CBB. The Arlington Community High School Tutoring Center needs volunteer tutors to help in various subjects, especially math and English grammar. They need tutors during the lunch hour, but students use the tutoring center from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. and in the evenings from 5 to 8 p.m. Weekend tutoring is also needed. Students are motivated and hardworking. If you are interested in tutoring, please call them. Here's their number. Should be on your screen. Maybe, maybe not. 703-228-8227.
A volunteer is needed to work from a printed list to search the shelves in the Aurora Hills Library for books and other items, to gather them together and stand them in. The volunteer will also unpack delivered items received from other branches, organize them on book carts, check in all items using the library circulation system software, and sort them according to their destination. If you're interested, call 703-228-5990.
Let's go, Batman.
Well, okay.
What was that?
A haunting.
Well, anyway, the talking book section at the Arlington Central Library needs a volunteer to work 2 hours on Tuesdays or Wednesday mornings. Duties include shelving new editions and recently returned digital books, sorting returned materials, and setting up carts for shelving. The volunteer will also check digital machines, take out batteries, pack and ship them to the National Library Service. Training will be provided. You can reach them at, here's their number, get ready to write it down, 703-228-5990. And also, I don't believe in hauntings.
Well, check this out.
Hi, I'm Nord Beckerman. They call me the brain health coach, but I wasn't always the brain health coach. I had my own problems. A virus cost me my memory. I had to use spiral notebooks for memory. Then I lost my ability to talk. Scary. I was told I had an incurable disorder coming from my brain. I wanted to know what was happening to me, so I started to study the brain. I had trouble relating what I was studying to something in my head, so I drew a cartoon picture of my brain and put it in front of me. I called him Henry. This is Henry. I decided that Henry and I were partners. If I took better care of him, he would take good care of me. I had to bring Henry back to health. If I did that, my memory would get better and I would be able to talk. I kept studying. I had to stop doing damage to Henry. Most of the tissues that held Henry's cells were inflamed. As a result, they weren't working right. Part of the problem was hydration. I wasn't delivering enough water to hydrate the tissues and help the cells work. But the real culprit was simple sugar. We need sugar to live, and all carbohydrates are sugar. But there are simple carbohydrates and complex carbohydrates. It was the simple carbohydrates that were causing most of the problems. I was consuming a lot of them. The first thing I did was stop consuming all those sugary sodas and fruit juice. Next, I needed to replace refined bread products, cereals, and rice, like white bread and white rice, with whole grain breads, cereals, and brown rice. I made water my drink of choice so I could stay properly hydrated. There were a lot more things, but I can go into those at a later time. It took about 2.5 years, but Henry regained his health. I regained my memory and ability to talk. I learned that I could have kept Henry healthy if I had done all the right things earlier. Now I try to help other people learn what I learned. That's why they call me the brain health coach. I'll see you next time for a brain healthy moment.
Then there was strange haunting music.
We are often lonely, say things like you don't know me. In a dark room, through your house, straps loose, so loose. once left for taken in a dark room, in a dark room. Residence for a temporary stay. Not secret mine, but light trickles and it tickles. Light, it trickles, tickles. Light, it trickles and it tickles. Tickles, light, trickles, tickles.
Very nice. Thank you, Camille. All right, our Halloween extravaganza continues here. Let's move on to our News for Seniors segment. Well, having to drive everywhere can be a real pain. Arlington County has a number of easy-to-use, convenient, and inexpensive transportation programs for seniors 65 and older.
Super Senior Taxi, or SST, is a subsidized transportation program for Arlington County residents 65 years of age and over. It's a program that allows seniors to purchase $20 book vouchers for half price, $10. The total number of coupon books in this program is limited and will be sold first come, first serve. Participants may purchase 20 coupon books per year as long as the books are available. To use the Super Senior Taxi, you must fill out a form and mail it to Arlington County AAA-DHS Super Senior Taxis. That's 2100 Washington Boulevard, 4th floor, Arlington, Virginia, 22202. The form can be obtained online, Googling Arlington, Virginia Super Senior Taxi Program, or calling 703-228-1700.
Nicely done. I like your spirit.
Very funny. Your turn.
News for Seniors glasses on. News for Seniors continues now. Another transportation perk for Arlington seniors, the Senior Smart Card Trip Card. The Senior Smart Card allows seniors 65 and older to ride all routes served by Metrobus, Metro Rail, and Arlington Rapid Transit, or ART, for half fare, half price. After you set up an account, just swipe your Smart Trip card on the bus fare stand when you enter. If you don't have your Senior Smart Trip card yet, show the bus driver a valid Medicare card and a valid photo ID that displays your date of birth. For example, a passport or driver's license. You can get more information about setting up your Senior Smart Trip and card account by calling them. Number should be on your screen. Get ready to write it down. 703-228-1700.
There are discounts on the Arlington Transit ART buses for eligible persons. To be eligible, you must be age 65 and over or have a disability. You can use these transportation discounts for any purpose you'd like that's served by ART buses. Discounts are 50% off the regular fare. There are other programs for seniors that need help getting around. You can learn about these programs by calling 703-228-1700 or going to the Arlington County website. That's www.arlingtontransit.com. So you still don't believe in hauntings?
No way.
Well, wait till you see this.
Lead some, then we will treat some. Have a happy Halloween. Happy Happy Halloween, Arlington! Everybody in Arlington, happy Halloween! Well, this year I am going to be prepared. Normally when I trick or treat, I take a pumpkin, about this size. But this year, I'm prepared. No more of these small pumpkins for me. Here we go. Are you ready? Ha-ha! This year, it's the giant pumpkin for me, the great pumpkin. Now, you might have noticed that Craig has changed quite a bit. He has changed into my friend, Richard. Richard, it is so great to have you here with me tonight. Now, did you know, Richard, that the first penny candy, wrapped candy, do you know what it is?
An M&M.
That's a good guess, but it was actually the Tootsie Roll. Now, here's some more trivia I'm going to lay on you, Richard. Can you guess what everybody's favorite treat is for Halloween?
No.
It's Snickers. So when kids come to your door, they want a Snickers. They don't want a toothbrush or a pencil or pennies. That will get you egged, Richard. So, well, tonight, guys, this is something that's going to be really, really fun. I have a complete Halloween meal for your kids. They're going to love it. All right. From start to finish, we're going to have, Richard, we're going to start with dinner first. It's going to be ooey, gooey, and scary. So, we're going to take a hot dog, any kind of hot dog that you like, and a bun, and it's nice and messy, so kids will love it. So you're going to grab your hot dog, Richard, find your hot dog and your bun, and just put your hot dog in your bun. Take your ketchup packet that I did not take from a fast food restaurant, and you're going to make a scary finger. So make the top nice and bloody, and you're going to draw some lines so it looks like the lines of your finger. There we go. And then make the bottom nice and bloody as well. And then for your fingernail, which is very clever, we're going to take a sunflower seed and put it at the top, just like that. And we have the bloody finger. Can everybody see that? Now this time, Richard, this is going to be delicious. We're going to make an owl. Are you ready? A scary, spooky owl for dessert. Very easy. And the best part of this, I found most of the ingredients at the dollar store. So it's very cheap, moms. And the kids are going to love it, and they can make it right along with you. So most important, you're either going to make or buy a big cookie. Yum. And then take chocolate icing. Okay, Richard, follow along. You're going to take your chocolate icing, and you're going to put it all on your cookie. Just like so. Very simple. Okay? And then you're going to take, these are peach rings. And I found these also at the dollar store. They're candied peach rings. Ta-da, just like this, candied peach rings. And they go right here. Those are your eyes. Can you see that, Richard? Those are your eyes. And then to make the inside of your eyes, now this I did find a little strange. They said to put Tic Tacs in the eyes. I guess it's like a little breath mint afterwards, after you finish eating your hot dogs and your cookies. So the Tic Tac goes inside the eyes, like so. Can you see that? So now he's got a pupil. There we go. And then to make his eyebrows, which I think is the worst candy of all, black licorice. Blech. So I was just following the recipe for the black licorice and the eyebrows. So you stick the black licorice on top, kind of got a Groucho Marx thing going on there. That's his eyebrows. There we go. And then for his nose, we take some candy corn. And there's his little nose. Now, of course, an owl has to have feathers. So, kids love sprinkles. So you take chocolate jimmies and you just put that all over your chocolate icing, like so. Now, last but not least, he has to have some feet. So, you're gonna take your seeds here, your sesame seeds, and they go at the bottom to give him his little claws, his little feet, because he's got to have somewhere to perch his little feet so he can sit on the trees and go, hoo, hoo. Who is ready for Halloween? Who is looking for me? Okay, here's mine. Now, Richard, hold yours up. Why does he have so many feet, Richard?
He's a mutant owl.
That's okay, Richard. You can have a Snickers anyways, don't you think, kids? Yeah. I think so. Now, kids, guess what? It is going to be so much fun. The best thing is coming up. Trunk or treat. Trunk or treat is the best because you get to go car to car to car. And it is absolutely the most fun. And trunk or treat, join First Presbyterian Church of Arlington for a spooktacular time. Saturday, October 29th from 2 to 4. There's going to be a bounce house, a petting zoo, face painting, and trunk or treat. So, take your great big pumpkin and go trunk or treating. And prepare for Halloween at this Creative Families Unplugged workshop on Saturday, October 29th, also the 29th. From 10 to 12, you and your family can paint and decorate real pumpkins that will make fun and spooky additions to your Halloween decorations. This class is open to all ages, but it's recommended for ages 3 and up. Register today using activity code 730016, and children must register with an adult. Cost is only $8 per person. And that's at DPR. Contact the Office of Youth and Family Programs. 703-228-4773. And again, have a happy Halloween. We will treat some, we will eat some. Have a happy Halloween.
Excuse me, Vampy. Did you stuff yourself?
The styrofoam stuffing is a perfect use. But wait! Beware, beware, the witching hour.
Beware, beware the witching hour.
Well, that's our bewitching, beware, beguiling, beheading, be safe, be movie Halloween extravaganza for 2016. We hope you enjoyed it. Have a safe and happy Halloween, and we'll see you next week.
And that concludes our little horror story for now. As for the future, who knows?